A couple of weeks ago, while I was looking for inspiration for my speech, a list of the 50 best private day schools in the United States was released online. Initially, I was extremely excited, as Marlborough was ranked number 28 on that list, a sentiment that most of the student body shared, proudly posting the link on Facebook to declare to the world that while you might not have heard of us, www.thebestschools.org, a reliable and accepted source I'm sure, has. However, upon closer inspection, it came to light that another Los Angeles private school, traditionally a rival of ours, was ranked number 9, an entire 19 places above Marlborough. The community was outraged. While before, students could be heard vehemently defending the website's credibility, they now turned on it, viciously, loudly declaring that it obviously had no idea what it was talking about, and everybody knows that nothing you read on the internet can ever be trusted anywhere. And while I'm by no means trying to justify the actions of thebestschools.org with its incredibly creative name, the only explanation I can give for such a grievous error is that what makes Marlborough so special, so utterly and completely unique, is not its rankings, its alumni network, nor its matriculation, although all of those are certainly impressive, but rather its community. For if there is one thing I have learned from my time at this incredible and challenging institution, it is that facts may fade from your memory. Those of you who crammed for APs this spring, I'm sorry, Miss Ellis, can attest to that. But the people, the learning environment, that never does. It is for this reason that countless college interviewers gush about how much they love Marlborough girls, a compliment that never does get old, in case you were wondering, for they are so eloquent, thoughtful, and confident. Marlborough teaches its students not simply what to think, but how to think. And so while another school, or 27, might have more prestigious programs for various academic disciplines, Marlborough has, without a doubt, the absolute best people. And that is, in no small part, due to the incredible faculty, the teachers who have taught us far more from the contents of their character than from the contents of any textbook. While Marlborough provides its students with an unbelievable education, the most valuable thing it has ever given to us has been a set of role models to whom we owe everything. For it has not been so much about what we have learned, and we have learned far more than we even realize, but from whom we have learned it. Many other schools teach AP English literature, but I'm sure that nobody but Caudy has ever divulged the story of how she met her spouse, even showing her class her wedding photo, which promptly ended up as many students' profile pictures, much to her chagrin. We are not the only high school students who have learned to integrate the natural log of x, but only Moser would willingly give her cell phone number to her frantic students during finals week, encouraging them all to call or text whenever they have questions. A dangerous proposition, as anybody who has ever heard a Marlborough girl worry about her grade knows all too well. Every high school has a head of school, but nobody but Miss Wagner would voluntarily dress up as President Snow from the Hunger Games, canceling a day's worth of classes and encouraging her students to fight to the death. Countless schools provide their students with college counselors, but only Mrs. DePriest would offer to Skype with her advisees on a weekend just to calm their pre-interview jitters, jokingly commenting on the piles of stuffed animals on their bed in the background. Or was that just me? Only at Marlborough are students so loved, so supported, so encouraged to be openly wacky, and consequently able to make no apologies for being exactly who they are. Per Marlborough tradition, each senior is allowed one full page in the yearbook, which means in the past 2 weeks I have seen countless 7th grade pictures of my classmates. Between the braces, the baby fat, the missing 5 inches, and the pigtails, I think it's fairly safe to say that we are all glad that those days are behind us. Our transformations into college-bound, almost graduates, welcome ones. And while Marlborough is known for its academic rigor, these miraculous metamorphoses cannot be attributed to the equations we have solved, the formulas we have memorized, or the tests we have passed, but rather to the people who aided us in all of these accomplishments. On one particularly stressful day in junior year, I was walking past the college counseling office, a cup of coffee in each hand, and an admittedly crazed, sleep-deprived look in my eye, my friend snapping a photo of me, Marlborough stress bun and all, when Mrs. DePriest walked by, commenting on how cute it all was. At any other school, I would surely have been institutionalized. Nobody who talks as fast as I do should ever have that much caffeine at once. And yet here, my insanity is simply another part of who I am, accepted and even occasionally encouraged. For while Marlborough does not turn you into a remarkable person, it inspires you to be a remarkable person and supports you unconditionally while you become one. So no matter what some list, credible or not, claims, Marlborough will always be exceptional. And today, we leave it behind. After 6 hectic, unbelievable, at times punishing and yet infinitely rewarding years. And I think, if I am being perfectly honest, up until a few weeks ago, that absolutely terrified me. However, what I have since come to realize, and what henceforth I never will forget, is that Marlborough is so much more than just these ever-graceful halls of learning. It is not simply a place. Marlborough is, and always will be, about people. My classmates, who over the course of 6 years have acted as my best friends, my therapists, my everything. My teachers, who saw not just my grades, but the person behind them, and who for the first time in my life made me realize that one of those things does not necessarily define the other. And the staff, who are far too often taken for granted, and without whom Marlborough could not continue to be. When I think of Marlborough, they will be what I remember. It is from them that I learned what it means to have a strong work ethic, to be a loyal friend, to be a sympathetic listener, as well as an advocate for one's own beliefs. These are the lessons we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. Informing our decisions even after high school is nothing but a distant memory. While we may no longer spend every day together, the connections we have forged here will always lead us back to each other. For if there's one thing of which I am entirely sure, it is that love for Marlborough really will endure. Thank you, and happy birthday, Andy!